Hello and welcome to Cooking with Francesco. Today we're going to make a firm favourite of most people, and that is the pizza. Pizza is an Italian dish, been around for many years in all its forms. I have it all over the world with their own versions, variations of it. I'm just going to do a traditional pizza today with meat and cheese, basically. So firstly, I'm going to have to get the dough. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some flour. Some Italians use 00, which is fine. I think 00 is good for making pasta. So I haven't got that. I do have a bread flour, and it's wholemeal as well. So I'm going to use the wholemeal flour because I want a wholemeal pizza. So I get about 4 scoops I'm going to put in here. That should be all I need. 3 and 4. There we go. 4 scoops in there. Take a look at that. And then I'm going to make the yeast. I get this fast action dried yeast. It seems to work okay. So I'll be using that little measuring jug. And let's get it in there. Now the secret of this is warm water and sugar. I don't normally like using sugar because I don't really have a lot of sugar. There's not a lot of sugar in my diet, but I do have a bit somewhere. I do have. There we go. Got a bit of sugar here. Just going to pour a little bit in, just a little bit. The yeast needs it to feed on, okay? So, a bit of that. And then I get my little handy whisk. Just have one of these. But it's normally about that, which is 300 mils. Give it a good stir. And the secret is you've got to make sure that this starts bubbling and the yeast is activated. The warm water will get the yeast woken up, and the sugar will be what it starts to feed upon. And that'll get it going lovely, that. Okay, so we've got to leave that for a little while. In the meantime, we've got the flour in there ready. Okay, now, as you can see, the yeast is starting to bubble up there nicely, so it's activated, it's going. If it doesn't, throw it away. Okay, throw it away because it's no good. Redo it, because if you don't have that happening, it's old. It's gone out of date. Right, I've got the flour in there. These are the other ingredients. I'm going to show you the other ingredients I have now, which I'm going to need for this. I've got some Italian sausages. I've got a section of Italian meats. I've got some mozzarella, fresh mozzarella. And I've also got some basil, a couple of chilies. That's preference, my own personal preference. I'm not saying put chilies in, but these are the basic ingredients you need for just a plain meat pizza. Right, let's move these out of the way. And let's get the pizza dough, made up. I always use a fork to begin with. You put some salt in there. It just helps. I mean, it's going to be quite a big bit of pizza, this. So, yeah, need a bit of flavouring there. I also put in a bit of extra virgin olive oil. Just a dollop. There you go. That's all I need. And it just smells divine. Oh, it's only the cheap stuff. It's lovely. Okay, so let's mix the olive oil and the salt in there. It'll be a bit lumpy. So we've got the yeast to go in next. So what we'll do, we'll put the yeast in. The thing is, if the yeast isn't enough, we can always just put some warm water in here. It's fine. Just need enough for the yeast to activate. If you can look at that, you can see it's like got a head on it now. And that's bubbling away in there. That's really alive. And that's what we want. It's very similar to making bread, this. I'm going to do bread in a couple of weeks or so. So I'll do some bread. And it's quite straightforward. It's very easy to make your own bread. I haven't bought bread for a long time. I always make my own. It's very easy. The only problem is you've got to wait for it to rise. You know, that's the only thing. But it's not a problem. Just stick it in there. This has got to rise as well. Right. I'm now putting the yeast in. Don't put it all in. A little bit at a time. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. It's all getting there. It's mixing up nicely now. You can make pizzas with without yeast. I have made it once with self-raising flour. Don't do it. It's awful. This is only for the one pizza, so I actually probably got too much yeast there. Right. Comes the important part. You have to knead it. It has to be kneaded. So, on an already cleaned table, I'll stick some flour on there. Let's get it out. Start kneading it. Just get a bit sticky, but it will all come together. It will all come together once you've done it. Okay. The thing to do is just flatten it with your hand and bring it over and redo it. And bring it over and redo it. I'm going to keep this because I will be using this again. Okay. And it should just go out lovely. I mean, it's just coming up nicely, that. I've used wholemeal flour. It's a bit more healthy, a bit more fibre in wholemeal. You don't have to. You can use the 00, which they recommend, or they use in Italy, but they use 00 for everything, to be honest. But anyway, this is coming along nice. You've got to do this for at least 5-10 minutes. Okay, so I'll probably come back to it in a minute. Okay, you come back to us, and we've got the dough ready. I'm going to put it into the back in there, but before I do, I'm just going to stick a little bit of olive oil in my little bowl, and just go all the way around, because this is going to rise, and the last thing you want is for it to stick. Okay, so olive oil all around there. Get that, pop it in. Wash your hands. Or is it covered in oil? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it away in a hot place. And my hot place is my airing cupboard, or if you're in Ireland watching this, in the hot press. So I'm going to stick it in the hot press with a damp towel over the top and leave it to prove for about an hour to an hour and a half. It will double in size. Okay, it should double in size. So take a look at that. So it should double to the size of that. Okay, and then it's ready for another bit of kneading. I'll just put some warm water on there. And I'm just going to take it up to the hot press, leave it up there, or the airing cupboard, and I'll be back. Okay, we're back now. It's been up there for an hour, just over an hour. And the dough has kind of doubled in size. So I'm just going to put some flour down before I put it onto the, because I'm going to stick it in the oven. I'm going to just, now you can see it's getting lovely now. And now what you want to do just stretch it out into a nice. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm putting it on here, so before I stick it in the dish, I've got the oven on now. The oven's got to be very hot. Just turn it up to the max. Okay, that's what you need. I'm going to try and spread this out. Really, it's just using gravity to stretch it. Whoa. And make it nice and thin. It's nice and you don't have to make it perfectly round. Just thinning it out a little bit. Try and get a little bit of an edge to it, because that's the bit you want nice and crusty. Okay, that's coming out lovely now. Get a bit of flour on this as well. Just a little bit, we don't want too much, just so it doesn't stick. And then pop it on. And this is quite nice, one of these things, because it gets you to make it exactly or pretty much round, which is what we've got there. And so I'm just pushing up the edge a bit, edges, pushing up the edges a little bit, just so it can hold the sauce in and stuff, so it doesn't all go all over the place. Oh, passata is, it's like sieved tomatoes. Okay, so just go all the way around there, put lashings of it on. That noise is my oven. I don't know why it makes a funny noise, but it does. Now, when you're making this, try not to spill the passata all down your top, because people will comment and say, oh, what's that down there? Yeah, it's a bit of a mistake, a bit of an accident. Hey ho. Right, don't spread it too thick, but by the same token, you don't want it too thin either. You want it so you've got a bit of tomato flavour in there. Now, these are my Italian sausages. I've chopped them up nice and small. I mean, sometimes you get them, they squash them and they make them into all kind of different little bits opened up like that. You just want the meat. It's got a bit of skin on it, but I'm just going to go around there like that with a bit of the sausage meat, really, and take that all apart. There we go. So this is like Italian sausage meat. Comes up lovely. There's quite a lot there already, isn't there? Right. Some salami. Bung it on there. I've got some prosciutto, Parma ham. Just throw it on anywhere. It's delicious. Bung it on there. A bit more on there. Now, there's two ways of doing this with the old mozzarella. You can buy mozzarella that's already been grated. You can buy grated mozzarella, or you can do like I've done, and you buy a lump of it like that. And then what you do is just you put great big lumps, just plop it on there. Look at that. And as that melts, oh, it's just amazing. Now, if you were going to do a stuffed crust, I wouldn't recommend using this. I'd recommend using the grated stuff. Okay, grated mozzarella. And to do the stuffed crust, all you do is you roll out the crust so it goes further. You put a layer of cheese around and then fold it back in on itself. And you've got a stuffed crust, if you like that sort of thing. A lot of people do. Anyway, Oh, there's plenty there, isn't there? There's a bit more here, a bit more there. Let's finish it off, shall we? Oh, look at that. Right, put some chilies on. There's little bits of chili. Should have done this with with the tomatoes, really. And the basil, just use the leaves, just the leaves, no stalks, just the leaves, bung them on. A few leaves of basil. Oh, that smell is amazing. Okay, right, let's get that back in there. Let's hope we haven't messed it up. Right. Oh. There we go. Okay, we're back now. And I'm about to take it out of the oven. I have no idea if this is ready. It looks ready, bubbling away, and the crust looks nice and brown. Now let's take it out and see what we got, shall we? Oh, God, that is hot. That is very hot. Whoa. And there we are. There you have it. Meat feast, basically. A meat feast pizza with a few chilies in. Made in the traditional way. I can't find my pizza cutter, so I'm going to use a knife. And why not? People have used knives since time immemorial. So, actually, I'm going to lift it onto there. Wow, wow. Yep. Put that back. That's better. I can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to get a little plate. Oh, I'll have that later. In the meantime, oh, oh my goodness. And to go with it, I've got Primitivo from Puglia, Pugliese. Salute. Cheers, everyone. Oh, I'll have a list of ingredients at the beginning of the video once again. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe. And see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone. Qui ogni pietra racconta un passato, un mondo eterno che non ho mai lasciato.